Hey everyone, hope you are doing good. This is a beautiful day where we live. Hope it's beautiful where you guys are. Um, just gonna wait a second. Hey guys, I see you hopping on. Okay, what I want to talk to you today, I wanted to come in here and just share some insight with you guys. I feel like we are definitely in uncharted waters. Our society has never been where we are right now with so much fear, people not sure of what they should do. And I feel really sorry for a lot of people that are just staying home because they're fearful about getting sick, about catching a virus. And I do not believe that that is how God intended us to live. So I want to just chat with you today. I want to give you guys some encouragement. I'm going to give you some tips of how to keep your body above the wellness line. So we talk about the wellness line, we talk about just at a good level of health, right? We're going to talk about being above that so that you're not living in fear. And we want to put your body in a state of so much wellness that you can fight things off so that you're not in that fight or flight mode mentally or physically in your body. So let's just jump in. Several years ago, I heard the term nutraceuticals, and it was very interesting to me. So I began researching it, and it's basically using things from nature to build up your immune system to help you fight off any kind of sickness, right? Or inflammation or whatever you're currently dealing with. And in that, so we're going to talk about using essential oils. We're going to talk about vitamins and minerals and drinks and all these things that you can do to build up your immune system so that you don't have to live in fear. Because the bottom line is, if you haven't already been exposed to to COVID-19, you will be, right? We're all going to be exposed to it eventually. Some of you have already had the sickness, and I'm so sorry for you. Several of you currently have it, and I want you to know I've been praying for you. You're definitely on my list that I look at to pray for daily because I love you and I care about you. But we're all going to be exposed to it. So how do we learn to navigate this new world that we're living in with this virus that is just running rampant? Okay, we can't stay home. Apparently, people are still getting sick after taking the shot. What's up with that, right? I know I've only had the flu shot 2 times in my life. And both times I got like so sick after both of those that I was like, I refuse to ever take it again. My job made me take it one time, and so I took it, but then I was out of work for almost 2 solid weeks because of it. And I don't know, I just apparently don't respond well to those. So we're going to just talk about some things. So what I want to talk about first, the issue I want to talk about is inflammation. A lot of people have inflammation in their body, and if you have inflammation, it will actually start wearing down on your immune system. So keeping your inflammation down is critical in keeping your wellness up. Okay, so if you watched my stories yesterday, you saw I drank a turmeric drink, and that is definitely good. Turmeric, you can research the benefits of turmeric. It's great for inflammation, and I have noticed that already in my body. In our private Facebook group where our members are, there are tons of testimonies of people who have used turmeric to fight inflammation, and their results are amazing. And it does not take a long time. Let's just talk about that. So turmeric is number 1 on my list. Okay, we're going to also look at vitamin C. Vitamin C is so powerful. You've probably heard your whole life, vitamin C, vitamin C. Well, some people think they can get enough vitamin C by drinking orange juice, and that is just simply not the case. A lot of orange juices on the market contain sugar in them, and sugar will actually hinder you from living your best life. So 3 things that I cut out a long time ago, and I really try not to intake them at all, is wheat, dairy, and sugar. Those 3 things you could totally live without. So I like my coffee sweetened. I love desserts. I love cookies. I mean, I love sugary things. But I've learned to use honey or maple syrup instead of using sugar because sugar is so bad, especially the bleached white sugar. Flour. bleached white flour. They bleach it. It says it right there on the packaging. They're not ashamed of the fact that they put bleach, right, to make the flour look white so that it's appealing to you. Same with the sugar. A lot of the wheat has gluten in it, and it's going to contain other things in it where they may have sprayed the wheat with pesticides or chemicals to kill the pests, to kill the weeds or whatever, and then we actually ingest that wheat, right? And then our bodies don't respond well, because this is not the wheat that our grandparents grew up eating or harvesting themselves. It's a completely different type of wheat. We call it genetically modified. And then dairy. I recently found a local dairy farm here in our town that, I'm going to put some oil on my throat, that you can buy the milk straight from her, and she has the mama cow there, the dairy cow. I think her name's Bessie. It's something so typical of a dairy cow, but I love it. So we buy our milk from her. It's not been processed. It is basically raw milk from the cow. All they did was use like the strainer. I can't think of what it's called. I use it in my kitchen when I strain the juice out of blackberries, cheesecloth, to strain anything out from the milk, but it's just the raw milk. But that's not what you get at your grocery store. Your milk is going to be from a cow that's typically been injected with different growth hormones so that it grows faster. It's going to have all type of antibiotic shots been given to that cow, and you just don't know what you're getting. So I do not recommend wheat, dairy, or sugar if you are trying to stay above the wellness line. Those are three things that if you're going to cut it out, I would start with 50% today, and then cut out another 50% tomorrow until you get down to none. I would not go cold turkey and just cut all of it out, because your body's going to go into like shock, because believe it or not, you have an addiction to it. If you're eating wheat, dairy, sugar on the daily, then your body has created this addiction to it, and you probably just need to slowly wean off of it. So vitamin C or ascorbic acid is a powerful antioxidant that is essential for the growth and repair of tissues, and you need vitamin C. This is clinical trials to test the efficacy of intravenous vitamin C to treat the COVID-19 are currently underway. I think that they probably already have the research by now, but large doses of vitamin C may help relieve symptoms of associated acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS. Okay, this is a study that I'm reading. So vitamin C is very critical in preventing sickness and staying above the wellness line. Zinc is another antioxidant that boosts immunity by reducing oxidative stress on the body. And a lot of times what you'll see is zinc is going to be paired with copper, because those two really work well together. So you want to get a zinc with a copper compounded together, or not compounded, but mixed together. Another vitamin that is very critical for your wellness journey is going to be vitamin D. Vitamin D is a key in your wellness. They call it the sunshine vitamin, but if you have darker skin tone, my grandmother, we have Cherokee Indian in our blood, and so I do tan very quickly, and apparently my body does not absorb the vitamin D from the sun. So I could go sit outside and I would say, oh, I'm getting my free vitamin D, but I was not. My skin actually blocks the absorption of the vitamin D from the sun. So I have to take a supplement daily to get my daily dose of vitamin D. And it says one of the main concerns with coronavirus is airway inflammation that leads to ARDS. Human airway cells have vitamin D receptors, and when vitamin D binds to these receptors, it may actually decrease pro-inflammatory cytokines in your lung tissue. So furthermore, vitamin D deficiency increases susceptibility to acute viral respiratory infections, especially those caused by enveloped viruses like the coronavirus. So you definitely need some vitamin D to keep your airways open. Another vitamin that you're going to need is vitamin B. Vitamin B, or niacin, is a water-soluble antioxidant that also helps regulate healthy cholesterol levels. Hello, don't we all need that as well, right? So vitamin B, research demonstrates that B3 can potentially reduce lung inflammation by inhibiting the immune response, which is in your lungs. So that's pretty amazing, right? Don't we want to do that as well? Glutathione is very, very powerful antioxidant that strengthens cells and builds your immune system. Studies show that glutathione also inhibits virus replication, making this an important amino acid for fighting off viral infections. Melatonin, your sleepy supplement. Melatonin is currently being studied for its benefits to help treat and protect against viruses such as COVID-19. So melatonin would also help you get a good night's sleep. I used to say, "Oh, I'm sleeping like a baby," but do babies sleep well? I stopped saying that because my babies, when they were newborns, woke up every 3 hours at night, and that is not what we want to do. Another one is Q-Certin. It's a flavonoid with antioxidant benefits to the body. So again, these are all going to help reduce inflammation in your body, which will allow your immune system to do and act the way that God has intended it to work. Curcumin, Curcumin, is a primary and active ingredient in turmeric. I talked about turmeric in the very beginning. Very powerful for anti-inflammatory. Green tea, if you have any all natural organic green tea, that's going to be great. So the choice is yours, right? Like, I'm just bringing information to you, and it's up to you to choose what you want to do. I'm choosing to take the wellness path and building up my immune system, and not keeping my family quarantined inside of a house. None of us are sick. Okay, so we're not being asked to quarantine. But we're out and about, we're out in public, we're not living in fear, we're walking in faith, we pray daily, we read the word, we're trusting God, we're trusting God's plan, and we're trusting the things that God has made. Again, I mentioned essential oils on day 3 of creation. If you read in your Bible, it says that God spoke and he said, let there be trees and bark and fruit-bearing plants and nuts and all these things to fill the earth. So he gave us exactly what we needed on day 3. I believe that in those 6 days of creation, when he created everything, he gave us the vitamins, the minerals, and the essential oils that we need to build up our immune system, to keep our bodies healthy so that we're not constantly fighting something all of the time. So what I've done is I have created a little bundle, and I'm going to put that at the bottom of this. It's a bundle that has everything that I've talked about, and it would be my recommendations to you. Now, this is not going to be this is not doctor approved, right? I am not a doctor, and I cannot treat, diagnose, or anything when it comes to the medical industry. I love health and wellness, and I just want to help everyone else enjoy their life and not feel like they're living in fear. So I'm going to create I'm going to put this bundle link on here for you guys if you want to check it out. It's going to put all the items in a shopping cart, and you can pick and choose what you want to put in your cart. Now, you're going to see one called Illuminize, and I'm going to pull that up real quick. The reason I put Illuminize in there is because it is a supplement that is great for your eyes. Surprise! But it has vitamin A and vitamin C in it. Okay, not a lot of vitamin C, but a lot of vitamin A. And a lot of the times when we are suffering and struggling in our health, is because we are lacking vitamins and minerals. And one vitamin I didn't mention was vitamin A. Vitamin A is so powerful. We need that to help fight off any kind of infections as well. So I have this link. I'm going to put it in there. I want you to message me with any questions that you have. If you are scared, I want to pray for you. If you're living in fear, I want you to know you don't have to live in fear. And I want to close this out by saying, it saddens me to see the state of our nation right now and the division that this virus has caused. I believe it's straight from the pit of hell. I don't see how God can be glorified with so much division. It's as if one group of people is against another group of people, and it should not be that way. We should be all living harmoniously. I don't want to tell you what you should and should not take or do, and I don't want you to tell me what I should or should not take or do. That's called freedom. We live in America, and we have freedom to choose what's best for us and best for our family. And what you choose for you and your family, that is your choice. And praise God, we have that here. And what I choose for me and my family is my choice. And I don't want anyone to ever feel pressured to do something that they do not have a 100% peace about. Because some of the things that are out there, you guys, are irreversible. There are, if you look into the shot that's being offered, and if you haven't taken it, I challenge you to just research the spike protein that is in it, because once that spike protein is in your body, it cannot be detoxed out. And there's not another shot out there that has something that cannot be detoxed out. And I'm very uncomfortable with that. I don't like that it's in it. I don't understand why it's in it. I think in the next year, a lot of things are going to come out about it, proving one or another. And I'm anxious to see, like, I'm not like living in anxiety, but I'm anxious to see what all comes out about this, because again, the spike protein, I believe, is what's causing so many of the harmful side effects that we're seeing, and it breaks my heart. You can hear my kids in the back to see the severe reactions that some people are having to it. Anyway, I'm thankful that you guys tuned in. Apparently, I probably need to go check on my boys because they are playing. But again, if you're living in fear, please reach out. I'd love to pray with you. I'd love to help you start a wellness journey if you've never started one. I'd love to help you build up an arsenal of products that you can lean on, that you can use for any issue that you may be having, so that you can live above that wellness line and not just be skating and getting by in life. So, all right, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you guys later.